One of Medford's most wanted worst offenders may not even exist. More than 30 years ago, a 6-year-old Medford girl vanished while walking to school. The case still unsolved and the girl still missing. News 10's Crystal Henderson has more.
No suspect, no body. Christie Farni could be alive or a killer could still be out there.
Whoever is responsible, if we're looking for somebody who has killed Christie Farni, that person's gotten away with murder.
Christie went missing more than 34 years ago, but to her brother James Dean, it feels like it just happened. The pain still fresh and the message still the same, to find his sister.
What's it like still fighting to find out what happened to Christie today?
This has been a long, hard, treacherous journey. You know, it's been devastating, you know, to the fullest extent. She was my friend, she was my buddy, she was my sister. You know, we did everything together, we were inseparable. We had so much going on in our life at the time, we were inseparable. I protected her, I defended her.
Dean says Christie was physically abused by her father. On December 14, 1978, Christie vanished after she testified against her father in a grand jury hearing, claiming he was beating her. At the time, she and her brother were in the care of a foster family.
She was supposed to be taken from the court to school, where I would have met up with her, and we would have walked home from school together like we did every single day.
What happened to Christie between court and school is a question that's never been answered.
Why would somebody want to take Christie?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Christie was loving, she was caring, she loved to play, she loved to laugh. Why would you want to take that? Why would you want to hurt that?
What was it like the first days after she vanished?
Hell. It's still hell today.
Police say hours had passed before Christie's foster parents called 911.
Part of the problem was a delay in reporting. The family, no one knew that Christie wasn't at school until she didn't come home from school, which would have been about 3:30 that afternoon, 4 o'clock. That's when people first realized that something's wrong.
At first, investigators suspected her father, but he checked out. Detectives interviewed everyone in Christie's life, but there were no solid leads.
They went door to door. They had volunteer teams. They used search and rescue teams, dog teams. Not one report of abductions. We don't have any near abductions. We don't have any reports of suspicious persons, suspicious vehicles. We didn't have any reports of a child screaming. If she was abducted violently, there was no witnesses to it that we know of.
No evidence, no witnesses, nowhere to start. Police even tracked down notorious serial killers from all over the country, but nothing panned out.
We've kept our eyes open. We've looked at all possibilities. When something comes along, we'll look at it closely until either we include it or discount it. And unfortunately, everything that's come along thus far, we really discounted. I mean, as far as persons responsible. So if there's a killer out there, that person is truly anonymous.
Dean says now it's not just about finding his sister anymore. It's about making sure there are no more victims.
It's much more deeper than that. There's no reason why families should go through what I went through and still going through today.
A plea to give one last breath to Christie's case. Covering your news, Crystal Henderson, News 10.
James Dean is Christie's only surviving family member. He says he blames Christie's caseworker for her disappearance because she wasn't taken straight to school.